Welcome back to Newsviews, everybody. I'm Terrell Brown. Our guest this morning, Maria Walgen, the Executive Director of the Young Center for Immigrant Children's Rights. Maria, at what point does the organization actually become involved with these children after they cross the border?
Sure. So we typically get appointed as child advocate while the kids are in immigration custody, and we're appointed by a federal agency, the Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Refugee Resettlement. So we get appointed while the children are in custody. And because we're involved in the most complicated cases, the kids we serve tend to be in custody for quite a long period of time.
When you say complicated, these cases are different than others. Why?
Well, so it could be a situation where the child is very young, and as you know, right now a lot of the separated children are extremely young, a year and a half, 10 months old, 3 years old, 4 years old.
And toddlers.
Or it could be a child with some mental health impairment. It could be a situation where there's a conflict between the parent and the child. Parent wants the child to stay, child wants to return home with the parent. Or there's been some allegation of abuse by the parent. And then the other situation is where lots of people around this child feel that something really awful happened to them, but it takes a long time for the child to open up and really tell their story.
Once that child is here, is there an effort to unify them with or pair them up with someone that is here, family?
Right. Yes, so it's been longstanding policy that children can be released to family if they have family here in the United States. And the idea behind that is it's not healthy or good for children to be in detention. So they can be released to family members, parents, aunts, uncles.
Even if that family member is in the country illegally?
Undocumented, yes, that's right. But that doesn't mean, the kids are still in deportation proceedings, so they still have to go to court. But there's been a change right now. So right now there's an agreement between the enforcement side of the government and the care and custody side, so that all of the sponsors' information is going to be given to ICE. And so the concern right now is that sponsors may be worried about coming forward to sponsor a child because essentially it's turning yourself into ICE.
I feel like I might be oversimplifying that process just a little bit. How difficult is it to pair up a child with a parent? It's got to be a difficult process, I would imagine.
Well, the children come with some information, so the first thing that happens when they arrive in a shelter is the people who work in the shelter work to figure out if the children have family here. And the kids often come with some information, or they come with a phone number on a piece of paper. And so those caseworkers get in touch with the family to see if the family is able to come, to apply to sponsor the child out of custody. And they have to prove the relationship with birth certificates, photographs. They have to prove that they are indeed related to that child.
I know you don't have a lot of detailed numbers on this, but generally, how do these cases normally end? What's the final result?
Well, some of the kids get asylum, but the big problem is that the government does not provide attorneys at government expense for the children. About 50% of kids around the country go to court without a lawyer. So you can only imagine it's really difficult to be able to win your case without an attorney. With an attorney, you have a much higher likelihood. I think it's about 80% of the kids who have an attorney are able to apply for and receive protection, a visa or special status from the government.
Before I let you go, you just got a big donation, a lot of help here recently, but I would think that even with that, it's not enough for the work that needs to be done here.
Right. Yeah, so you're right. We received an incredibly generous donation from the Clooney Justice Foundation, which we were very excited about, and what they wanted to see happen was to see their contribution inspire people to also give to the Young Center. We're a nonprofit. We rely on donations from people, and right now it's been incredible because we've received an outpouring of donations from all over the country. $10, $15, $25. It's just really been wonderful, and of course it's much needed.
Maria Walgen, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me,
The work
Terrell.
continues and the debate as well, I'm
Yes,
sure. Really
that's
appreciate
right.
it. Thank you.
Thank
That'll
you.
do it for Newsviews. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Now we're going to send it back to the news desk.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.